I sat on a secret for 20-some years.
My daughter just turned 7 yesterday, and I miss all of it, all of it.
My name's Deborah Jiang-Stein. I'm a writer, and I'm founder of the Unprisoned Project. The driving force behind my work is really my story, the power of the story that I was given. My mother was incarcerated, and on one of her many sentences was pregnant. I was born in a 4x6 cell, and she was allowed to keep me in her cell for a year until I was eventually placed in foster care and later adopted. I literally told nobody what I knew about my birth, but in my head I had a story, which is the story that the media tells still, that women and children of women in prison are really second-class citizens. I know that I was born heroin exposed, and I used drugs and alcohol to forget everything I ever knew about my story. Education and behavior changes have helped me, and I also know that if my birth mother had had the resources, she would have not been an addict. She would have recovered and probably had me on the outside.
Having my baby here and leaving my baby, that was definitely the hardest thing I've ever been through for my life.
And have to watch him as they took him and not get one last kiss from him. I cried the whole way back here to this prison.
You savor every moment you had with that baby. Like, I smell my baby's feet, her hands.
It's hard.
It is.
Something close to 10% of women sentenced are pregnant. They've lost their kids. I'm a mother myself, so I know what it would feel like to lose a child and lose an infant. It's happening over and over.
In prison, we have families here, and it's like a generational thing.
Unprisoned Project is about unprisoning inside. We work to make sure that women who are in prison never return to prison when they get out. Many of them have never had a visitor, ever.
When you are living in isolation, you can imagine how crucial it is to know that people outside know you're there.
We've been in 15 prisons. What I noticed coming out of prison after prison is we're incarcerating too many women who would be served better in the community. But I love hearing their stories, and I also love seeing the light come on when they realize that they can be empowered to change.
When Deborah came to share her story, it gave me hope.
Look what she has done. Turn a negative situation into a positive situation. Everyone can change.
And just because we're here doesn't mean we're not worth anything.
I can still do something with my life, and I can still become somebody.
Instead of keeping it going, and it ended up seeing my children here.
When I'm in a prison, I see people's mothers and daughters, and they want to be loved and deserve to be loved, and they love. Having worth is an inside job.